Good day to you, everyone. I am coming to share a little bit of my story and my journey over the last few years and recent months. So, I had a dream and a plan for my life, and I would be happily married with children, and I would live life happily ever after. Well, my plan has not gone accordingly, and it has been interrupted by a few things that I'm going to share with you today. So I'm minding my own business, and I decide, well, I'm over 40. You need to go get a mammogram, ma'am. Okay, so I go get a mammogram, and they come back and they tell me, hey, you have calcifications in your breast, your right breast. Okay, what is that? I've never heard of this. This is my first time getting a mammogram. What are you talking about? And then they say, well, you will have to come back. Everybody hates the dreaded talk of you will need to come back for another visit. And so I come back for another visit, and they tell me we have to test to see if there are cancer cells in your breast where we see the calcifications. So they do a biopsy, and they come back and they tell me that there are cancer cells, whether non-cancerous, but they're cancer cells that are in your milk duct of your breast. So this is what we call a form of breast cancer called DCIS, Ductal Carcinoma In-situ. And it's at stage 0. So you've caught it early. And so that's a good thing, but we're going to need to do surgery to remove it. And it's called a lumpectomy. So you would do the lumpectomy, is where they take a portion of your breast tissue out that has the cancer cells in it, and you would have 4 weeks of radiation, and I guess all should be well. So I'm like, okay. And then they say, or if you want to remove all of the breast tissue, then you can have a mastectomy and you can remove all of the breast tissue, and then you don't have to have any radiation or chemo. Okay, which one do you want to do? What? First of all, I don't know. I was just coming to get a mammogram, and now you telling me all of this, and I have to make a decision on what? Okay. So of course I'm sad, because I'm thinking, hey, by the end of 2020, we're going to be pregnant, and I'm going to have this baby, and we're going to be straight. But no, now I have to deal with something else. And I'm frustrated because this was not in my plan. And so now I'm having to put all of my efforts and focus on this diagnosis of breast cancer. And so what do? I began to go on a deep dive, if you will, to research and figure out what it is that I need to do, because I don't know. And so just because a doctor tells you that you have to have surgery and is not always what you need to do immediately without being informed on all the information that you need. So do your research. Make sure that this is the best decision for you. I know that doctors say that they have your best interest at heart, but you have to do your research as well. Of course, I cried and I had my moments, because this was a lot to process. And having this diagnosis, having to have another surgery, which I did not want to have. Talking to my husband about it, he was very supportive on whatever decision I wanted to make. He, in whatever I needed, the path that I needed or that I was willing to take, he was very supportive. So I had to do my research. I had to get a second opinion, which was trash, by the way, because I went to a totally different hospital, totally different doctor, and apparently he was trained under the same people that I was under care with. So he believed and agreed with everything that they said in their reports without question. So that's why I said it was trash, because it really wasn't a full, real second opinion, if you will. So I did my phone consults with the naturopath doctor. I started off with a 14-day liquid fast, just to cleanse my body of toxins and waste and, whatever. I was determined to attack these cancer cells with whichever way and what I could do holistically before I had to resort to surgery. I contemplated even going to Mexico, looking for alternative treatments of healing, but they were so costly and expensive that it was just kind of had me thinking maybe this, yeah. So a friend told me that some of the same treatments that they offer can be offered here in the U.S. So I said, okay, let me do some more research. And I began to find a naturopath doctor right here in Nashville that could provide some guidance along with this journey that I was embarking. And he offered ozone therapy. He offered high dosages of IV vitamin C, and a guidance as to a food diet that would be best for me during this time. I searched for videos and articles of people that had attacked cancer cells without surgery, and this was very hard to find. And so one of the consults recommended that I check out a video called The Truth About Cancer. And I recommend that you take a look at it as well. It is revolutionary. And in the way you look at cancer and the way you look at health of your body, it really kind of opens your eyes to some different things of what you can do to for your health and for your healing. I had a very close friend who's a breast surgeon, and I shared all of my pathology reports and reports from the doctor with her to have another professional opinion. I had a very good support system of family and friends who prayed and encouraged me through this journey, many steps of this journey. But I tell you again, this was one of the hardest decisions that I had to make. And even with the support of my dear husband and family, I still had to be the one to make this decision that I could live with and move forward. And so just remember that some people are going through things, even though they're smiling, even though they are happy, as the eye can see on the outer appearance, people are going through some things and we have no idea. So just be careful of how you treat people during this time, because you do not know what anyone is going through, because people don't always share what they're going through in detail. And so moving forward, so what's my life like now because of this life event? So fast forward, I did my alternative treatments. My naturopath doctor advised me to, along with the natural holistic methods, to still go through with the surgeries and the surgery, and this will help the healing process. And so that's what kind of helped me to be comfortable with the decision to go through with the surgery, because not only was I going to still do the surgery, but I was also doing the alternative treatments to help with the healing process so that I could bounce back and regain back to regular life activities. And so I went along with the lumpectomy, where they removed the tissue, and but the only thing about that is they have to come back with the pathology report and then tell you whether or not they got all of the cancer cells that was seen on the MRI. So unfortunately, when they came back after the 2 weeks of the lumpectomy, there was still some left. So they presented me with the choice of having another lumpectomy to remove a portion of the breast tissue that where the cancer cells were found, or I could have a mastectomy to remove all of the breast tissue, and that way they would get all of the cancer cells that were there. And again, I conferred with my naturopath doctor, and he said, of course, you don't want to do a mastectomy unless you necessarily have to. So I would go ahead with the second lumpectomy in hopes of removing whatever breast tissue that has the cancer cells in it. So we did the second lumpectomy. Results come back. There's still some left. Now we recommend you to get the mastectomy. Now, do I advise everyone to just go straight to the mastectomy? That is your choice. At the end of the day, I made these decisions because I made them for whatever reasons I made them. And I thought this was the best thing for me. It may not be the best thing for you. You may not have the time to take off of work. You have to do what's best for you. And so that's what we did. And I went on ahead and made the choice to do the mastectomy, where they remove all the breast tissue, and the breast tissue, the breast surgery along with the reconstruction is like a 3-part phase. So then they do the surgery, they remove the breast tissue, and then they put in a temporary placeholder, and then allow time to heal, for that to heal, and then you go back for another procedure for them to take that out and put in an implant, if that's your choice. And that's what I chose to do. And that is where I am now. And so we have just completed that process. I am alive and well. I thank God for my support system. I thank God for my pastors. I thank God for my husband. And I am grateful that I have learned so much about my body, so much about health and healing. And if this helps anyone, please share this with your friends and your family. If you have questions, you want to talk, feel free to reach out to me. And I am willing to share. I am willing to talk to whoever. Let that be known. If you have questions, you want to talk, just let me know. And I pray that you guys continue on this health and healing journey, and take care of your bodies, take care of your mind, take care of yourself. Peace.